Hello everyone, I'm BodineVictoria. Welcome to my kitchen and see my pot here. This is my pot. This is my cast iron grill pan. Now I don't have a grill because I just don't have a grill. I don't have a George Foreman grill. I don't have a coal or whatever type of grill. I don't have a gas grill. So I have a pot grill, a cast iron pot grill pan. It's a cast iron grill pan. And today what we're going to be doing is something very simple. I'm just going to show you how to fry a pork chop without drying it out. Easy, right? And this recipe is brought to you by Showman eBistro. Make meal plans easier with the Showman eBistro meal kit. Now, I've been making a conscientious decision to be healthier with the way that I prepare my meals, and the Showman eBistro fits right there in that plan. So I want you to know that you get produce, you get proteins, you get carbohydrate, sauces, and so much more with each meal kit, which means that you can plan your weekly meals with none of the hassle of going back and forth to the food store. Sounds perfect to me. Go to Showman eBistro to see this week's meal kit, and I'll show you how I plan using my meal kit ingredients. Now, I gotta be honest, I don't know a Bahamian who doesn't like a pork chop, like a really good pork chop. So today, this recipe is gonna be extremely simple. I'm gonna take you from how I marinate my pork chop to how I kind of give it a lot of color and a whole lot of love without drying it out. A lot of us eat dry pork chops by accident because we overcook it, but there is absolutely no need. And I'll show you how. So if you're ready, let's start this recipe. We're going to start this recipe with 4 1/2-inch to 1-inch thick pork chops. Those are a good size because the bigger ones are actually for when you're stuffing. And we are going to put 4 tablespoons of lime juice on it, and then we're going to season this with 2 teaspoons of salt or salt to taste. I'm now using 2 tablespoons of Dunbar Global Junkanoo Jerk seasoning. I love this seasoning and I love the fact that it is local. So you can check the description box for where you can find it. And a tablespoon of cumin. Cumin and pork chops and lime are my go-to. I absolutely love it. And I'm just kind of tapping and marinating them a little bit. And I'm going to let these rest with a little bit of ginger, 1/2 tablespoon of ginger on them for maybe 30 to 45 minutes before I take them and I put them into our pan. Showman eBistro gave us some herb whipped butter and these taste so good. So we're going to take 3 tablespoons, and I know some of you are probably like, I'm just going to do it in the air fryer. That's fine. But because we're using the grill pan, I am going to put 3 tablespoons of this herb butter, which has its own flavor. So we don't have to do much to it. And we're going to wait until it is very hot, and we are going to put our dry pork chop. Please note that the pork chop is not dripping with seasoning. It's not dripping with water. It is dry. The reason for that is we don't want the pork chop to steam. We want it to continue to fry. And because it still has some fat on the edges and it has the bone in, it's going to take a minute for all of that moisture to leave. But if you look at my pan, I added some more butter and the butter is still sizzling. So that tells us that the pan is still hot. And you want to be very patient. So it's been about 2 minutes, and now I am adding some garlic cloves to this, which is going to continue to infuse the oil. And then we flip it over, and honestly, look at how beautiful this pork chop looks. From here, you're going to see where I take a little bit of that kind of blood in the right hand or the left hand corner of the pan. I removed that at some point, but I'm also throwing some thyme. Yeah, see, there it is. I took it out. I put some thyme in it as well, just to give the oil a little bit more last minute flavor. And really and truly, you're just waiting until the other side browns. And that's that. Like, for real, this is a simple pork chop. You're going to press the edges of the meat down and the edges of the bone down, but don't press down the pork chop because then you can have a dry pork chop. And look at it, the next side, beautiful. And that's not it. We're going to finish this with some lemon juice right at the top, and that's going to sink in. Easy. there you have it. A simple, delicious, juicy pork chop, okay? I just want you to know that pork chops don't have to be dry, they don't have to be bland, and you really don't have to marinate it like 3 or 4 days in advance if you really don't have the time, although that's the best thing to do. Season your pork chops a couple days in advance for the best flavor. But just adjusting the seasonings, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of thyme, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of lime, and of course some butter will make that pork chop dream of yours come true. You can serve your pork chops with a bit of caramelized onions for razzle dazzle and the vegetables of your choice. I personally wanted it with some, pumpkin and grits because pumpkin pork chop. That's it. If you enjoyed today's recipe, please leave me a comment right here in the comments here on BodinePot and share with people that you know would enjoy the recipe, especially, your kids if they're learning how to cook. Give them some tips from somebody that learned how to cook some things during the pandemic. Having said that, guys, don't forget to follow BodinePot. So I want you to subscribe to this channel and of course head over to the Instagram page for more content, tips and tricks, and what I eat in a week with my meal plans brought to you by the Showman eBistro Meal Kit ingredients. Don't forget to go to showmanebistro.com, our sponsor, and pick out your weekly meal kit and be able to meal prep and plan to hit your fitness goals. Also, if you don't feel like cooking too much and you want most of the work done for you, purchase or build your own meal kit, and then you can accompany it with the wine of your choice. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure that when your food tastes good like this, don't let any and everybody dig up in your pot.